What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Son Player of the Month, and honestly, I was dreading this one. Unfortunately, he is very expensive, and he's got a 2 upgrade, which is nice, but the price difference is absolutely crazy. We're going to jump in, have a look at the SBC, we're going to have a look at his in-game stats, some gameplay from, I think, some friendlies and some foot champs, and then we are going to obviously look at the end review, see how he did. Let's get into it. Make sure you like and subscribe. So, Son's Player of the Month, it was pretty much a toss-up between him and Kane. Both of them, I think Son obviously would be more expensive. I think that would be never within question. If Son didn't get it, would Kane have as an expensive Player of the Month? And probably not. He'd probably been 200k-ish. Obviously, he does have a rule breaker already, so if you have got him already in your squad, if you've packed him untradeable, or you've obviously just went out and bought him, you have got now the chance as a strong link for a very, very nice little duo together. Son, for me, is not a left mid in this card, and I think if you're paying 600k for a card, I wouldn't want him just stuck on that left mid, potentially left wing if you are kind of like attacking with that free up front as such with the left, right and striker, then that's kind of a little bit better. But I think if he's going for generic left mid, definitely whack him up front and get somebody else in that left mid, because he would be so wasted there with the stats and with everything that he's got. For me, I think would definitely be needed elsewhere as such. But we have got him 85 rated team for the first one, 86, 87 and 88. 2 informs needed. Chem-wise, obviously the higher rated SBCs, the 88 and the 87, is only 55 each. And then the rest are 70 and 75. So we are looking at about 600 for both consoles currently. Obviously the market is a little bit low, to be fair, so if we do get like a massive up intake in the market, then this card will be very, very expensive. So it all depends on when you want to do him. Obviously after Black Friday, if the market does absolutely skyrocket with Icon SBCs, or if the Icon SBCs come out before Black Friday, this is going to be one hell of a priced card going in against all of the icons as well. And I think really the market never really changed too much in terms of when this card came out, because I think everybody's thinking icon SBCs are literally round the corner. They've not necessarily confirmed anything, but it kind of makes sense. They've got to be soon, so that will happen very, very shortly, I think. But if we do look at Son then, so if we go into his stats, I've always enjoyed his 87 so far. The price difference is 100k at the moment from him. He is massively down in comparison to what he was literally about a week ago. So I think he was about 140, 150 at that point. Now he's literally dropping like anything. So you are paying an extra 500,000 for a card that is untradeable. And you've always got to think that. You get about 100, and I want to say about 120 to 130k worth of packs back. Some are untradeable, so always be careful with that. They are kind of making that kind of non-profitable way unless you've got someone mad. I think I saw Run the Foot Market got Neymar from it, which is just absolutely unreal. But we've got him at 4-star, 5-star, skills to weak foot, 6-footed with that right foot, and he has got a high work rate. So that is why personally I would like him more as an attacking player than actually kind of left mid, where he does have to kind of not necessarily go back and defend, but he is pushing back as well. I do like his gold card on the wing, because if you've got the strikers, he does make that nice player down the wing. I think just for me, because this guy's so much now, I personally wouldn't want that to go to waste. 90 pace with 88 shooting, 84 passing, 89 dribbling, and 72 physical. I think it definitely would be a waste going down that mid, even though he is a cracking card. 88 acceleration with the 91 sprint speed is brilliant. Very, very nice pace on him. I think he's absolutely wonderful for that. Shooting wise was really good. He is a very nice shooter of the ball. So I'm very happy with the upgrade there. And we've mainly got +2s. I think he's got a passing of +4, and then he's got a physical of +3, and then everything else is just 2. So the difference is a little bit better than a +1. Obviously, I've always said in informs, when they've only gone up by 1, if he's an 84 and gone up to an 85, there's not a huge amount of difference in that. Like, yes, there is some sort of difference, because there has to be, but it's very minute. Whereas a +2, it's a little bit better. You will notice slight differences with him. I think the pace boost is a little bit better, going from 88 to 90, because if you are whacking some sort of chem style to get that up, then obviously you will get into 99 a lot easier. And then the finishing, the dribbling is again better, and I feel like he holds on to the ball a little bit more. Would I say he's worth it though? I'd say he's worth it to grind it if you can even possibly do that. You have got a month for this, so don't do like me and just going out and straight away doing it. Give you time for it. Make sure that you want this card desperately, because links-wise, yes, he's in the Prem, but you either need to link him to Spurs players to get the strong links, icons, or you need a Prem team, basically, because obviously the Korean Republic nation isn't widely accessible for high-rated players. It's mainly just Son. You are going to struggle in that sense if you don't have a Prem team, and I don't think you want to be doing this if you are using him as a super sub. I feel like unless you've got the coins, to be fair, he's going to be a very expensive super sub, and I think there's plenty of other options you could pay 600k for. In terms of all the rest, passing-wise, it's good. It's above average, but I think it's not like his main stat for me. I think his main one for this is definitely pace, shooting, dribbling, and then a little bit of physical. Kind of not really there, but 6 foot kind of carries him through, and decent stamina. So can't really complain with the in-games. I think it's a nice card, and he plays well. So let's get into some gameplay and see how he got on. So if we do go into it, we did play a little bit of friendlies with him, and we did play some foot champs with him. So I kind of got like a wide variety, because I wanted to see, obviously friendlies was where I was using everybody else as well. So I thought it may as well put him in also in the team. So he did play quite well there. But then I was like, I do want to see foot champ Son. That's what I really want to see, because that's really what you're getting him for. He's not there to play some rivals for you. He's not there to play some friendlies. Even though he can, I feel like he'd definitely be overqualified for that sort of level. But it's mainly, obviously, the foot champs that I really wanted to get him into, because he's an interesting card. He's expensive, and he definitely holds the ball very, very well. But when playing with Son, honestly, he just feels like a little bit of a dream. He's very, very good at turning. He's got a lovely little like one step into a shot. He's still, I think, not necessarily a finisher. You definitely can do with him, and if you do find the right opponent, he will bang in so many goals, it's unreal. But personally, I do like my Werners. I do like Martial's kind of dipping for me, and I feel like he's going to be kind of pushed out now for Son to be up front. And that's just really it. He's just a lovely player to play with. I still think the SBC is very, very expensive, and it will cost you a lot. And one thing I think that you've always got to be wary of is the other player of the months. So for instance, in Ligue 1, it is heavily linked, not quite confirmed yet, but it is heavily linked that we are going to get a player of the month, Mbappe. So that's going to be like a Messi SBC last year. It's going to be very, very expensive. And if you think Son was expensive, this guy's going to be next level. So you've got to really make a choice. Do you want to potentially try and get an Mbappe, or do you want to get a Son? Son is obviously the more realistic goal for any casual. In terms of grinding the game, you do the bronze upgrade, silver upgrade, gold upgrade into fodder, or just maybe going for the packs. It depends on how you want to make your coins. You could even literally go out and just trade until you get the 600k and buy the players. It is as simple as that. You can do either or. Personally, for me, I would wait for an Mbappe, because Son is still going to be out. Mbappe is going to come at this point, this month, if he does. So you have then the choice to see, oh, Mbappe's like 2-3 mil. Do I want to do him, or should I just get a Son, if you are kind of like going for both or going for one, either or? So an interesting one. Definitely make your decision when that comes out and see how it goes. How is that a penalty? So if we are going into this overall for Son, we can see the sort of price that you've got to pay for him is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just go over to the SBC so I can show you roughly what you're looking at. Obviously 88, you've got 87, you've got 86, and then the 85. They are quite expensive. Between them, I feel like this one was expensive to start with just because of the informs. Now we're looking at something like this, and just to show you what an 88 rated squad kind of looks like, because this is uncharted territory right now. We haven't really had many really high SBCs to do. Obviously, you're looking at maybe a goalkeeper in that right position, 90, 91. They are cheaper than buying, say, 5 to 6 more 88s. You could just go out and buy one big player and use that way, and the goalkeeper are going to be good for that. Obviously like Handanovic, and you can just fit some 85s in, and you'll see obviously with the chem you can utilize that. With 55 chem you can put goalkeepers anywhere. You see he's got 4 in his team, or 5 in his team for instance, and it works really well. Obviously there is all other solutions as well. I wouldn't really go for anybody else's solution, because that normally means it's going to go up in rating. So you want to make your own kind of like choice with it, I suppose, because otherwise you are going to run into what people call price fixing. It's not really heavily at this moment in time, because Son even though he is a desired card, I don't feel like he's mass done. I don't feel like he's got a demand that reaches that much. Otherwise, the market would have absolutely flew when he came out. But in terms of chemistry style then, people are looking at more engine style, that will kind of like boost up everything around him, like his passing, and make him that kind of all-round, if I can even find engine. 95 pace, 90 passing, 95 dribbling is absolutely insane. And you can see the 90s that are coming up here. That is very, very nice to see. You could obviously go with a finisher if you wanted him as an exclusive striker on his own, or striker with a partnership. That would work well. He's already got the 90 pace. He'll have absolutely cracking finishing, and then he would have some dribbling to match as well. And then I think everything else is kind of like a lost cause. If you're putting him as a striker, don't really need too much more on the passing. The physicality doesn't really matter anymore, because that's not going to go up to the 80s, so you're not really going to expect that much physicality from him. And defending is just, it's a second, it doesn't need it. It doesn't need defending if he is a striker. But links wise, we've got, like I say, Kane, Sissoko's new road to the final. We also have a Tellez as just a left back. There is other players as well that you could go for. We've actually clicked on similar. Rashford is another cracking one there if you've got the coins to do it. Other strongs, trying to think, Bale is the other side. Other than that, I'd probably say they're the main two links for the Spurs kind of career. And then we have the, obviously, Prem, if anything. And to finish off, similar players, Son's gold card is cracking, and also Sterling is a really nice left mid if you are looking there. And to finish off on the generations, he has been with us since FIFA 12, playing for Hamburg, then he played for Leverkusen, managing to kind of make his name, and then getting his kind of move to Spurs, which is hilarious that we've got a gold card of Leverkusen and an inform of Spurs, but no gold card of Spurs. Then obviously he's kind of produced more and more as we see him coming into FIFA 17, 18 and 19. He's always had nice cards, getting a team of the season after team of the season. I cannot wait to see how this card finishes out. He's a cracking player. You can't hate him. And that's it. Give him a 9 out of 10. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure you like, subscribe.